Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Erlengrat. Now let's see if we're gonna need that front weight or not. We may get away with not using the front weight for this, because I've got to reverse the trailer up, it's true. And that might be difficult, again, true, but it's not like putting a lot of weight on the back, so we may be able to sort of get away with this. So I'm going to bring that one in like that, and then I want to reverse this right up onto the clamp up here, so that it's away from any of those edges that are going to cause us the problems. Right, tip side back. It should be okay. I can just do a force tip right there, start unloading, and that'll tip everything out. Right, that's absolutely perfect. Absolutely spot on perfect. A little bit high right there, but that's all right. We don't mind that. So I've got a little bit of the chaff sort of creeping forwards here. What my plan is, I'm going to put that machine back on again, and I'm just going to push it up here, and I'm hoping that it'll kind of reach through the wall just to get that last little bit. But the trailer is going to go right next to the clamp just here. It's going to go right there, and that should be plenty of room for it, and that's going to allow us to unload and sort of work around it. I've got a bit of a bit left in that clamp over there, which is in the forage wagon over there, which is potentially going to cause a bit of a problem, but I don't think it's going to be a major issue. I don't think it's going to be a major issue. Right, so we've got our weight back on. I might be able to do this like with the weight on as well, and put the trailer on behind the weight, although I'm not sure about that. That's more of a wait and see kind of situation, I think. So I'm going to bring this one over here like that. And then I'm going to start it. And I'm going to lower it down. So we're just going to do the same process that we did previously. Now I'm going to bring that forward. Right in there, so it's up against that wall, and I'm hoping that this point right here, it does. Yes, fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted it to do, was just to reach through the wall and get that tiny little bit that was left. And then I can come over here and I can just like pick up this little tiny bit that's sticking out the front. Just like that. Back out a little bit there and start that one up and take all of that. So we properly clear it back from the front of this clamp. There. That's absolutely fantastic. That should be enough room for us to be able to sort of squash everything down. I've got that little annoying 100 litres in there that we're going to have to go and clear up. But next job is we're going to do exactly the same out this side. And this side here, I want to sort of turn that into a bit more of a face. It's going to be a bit difficult because I do have to sort of eat into the silage clamp quite a way. So I think we're going to end up having to do possibly 2 or 3 trailer loads out this side. We'll have to see. I also may have to go and move that trailer. That might be in the wrong spot. Okay, I'm back in a new recording session, and I'm going to get straight back into the silage here. But I was just looking at the contracts, and we got a lot of harvesting contracts going now. There is a sowing one there for soybeans, but it's all of these harvest contracts. And so what I was thinking is that I might actually get started on at least one of them. So I got field 22, which is right next to us. Field 18 is pretty close as well. Field 18 is to the grain mill, and so is 22. So I thought if I take the contract, borrow the items as well for field 22, like that, and then what I could do is drive this down to the fields. As field 22 is really close, I'm hoping I can actually get away with driving the combine straight down the road, but I'm thinking I probably won't be able to do that. Well, we might. Let's go out this side. I get it straight down the road, and right, there's no traffic that way because it'll fit. It'll just actually, he says that, but well, I can. It hangs out over the fence like that, so we can fit through there. If I can get it through here, we can get it into the fields, and we can start combining. And then I can go and get the tractor, and I can park that up in here as well. Right, I want to get through this without knocking signs over. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Oh, nope. Oh, I was hoping to be able to get through there without knocking the signs over. I needed to have been over just a little bit further to be able to do that. And that one, I was going to say, oh, I've got through, but no, I haven't gotten through that one either. So apparently driving up the road with the header on the combine is probably not the smartest move I've come up with. But, I mean, that's just the latest in a long list of not quite so smart moves. So I doubt anybody here is going to be particularly surprised by that. We will set that one going there. Just open up the header and open up the combine and everything else. And then I'm going to bring that one in like that, and I'm going to go to settings in here, and I'm going to turn the turn angle up to 100. I'm going to leave the rest as it is. So I'm going to go OK, and I'm come out of there, and then I'm just going to let it get started. So that one's going to carry on and cut that field, and then, ooh, it's actually leaving the straw behind. I won't do that. I know that there is a mod you can get where you can do that, and then you can go and gather up the straw yourself if you want to, so that you can then sell the bales. I won't be using that mod. I'm not going to do that. I'll leave that one out. So that one can stay there, and then I can go back over here and we can start doing a little bit more of this. So I'm going to just sort of keep going much the same as what I was doing already. I'm just going to sort of work on this side of it to start with. Hopefully that will reach the trailer over there. Right, it does actually seem to be able to reach the trailer, and I can sort of creep forwards. Sort of. It's a little bit tricky for me to creep forward with it, but I mean, if I do that, I mean, that trailer really is too far away. Let's be honest. That is just a little bit too far away. But it's sort of working at the moment, and then once the trailer is full, I will change things around a little bit. We can move the trailer a bit. See, I'm gonna push this right up, so it's properly out of the, right off the edge of the silage clamp, and we'll. So I mean, the trailer. I'm gonna back that trailer right up to the other side and push you all the way through there. Right. So that's everything that I can get from there, and then I'm gonna go in here, and this is where I'm gonna start really pushing. Let's go right in there, so it's right up close. It's going to load a whole load into that trailer now. Bring that in just a little bit tighter like that, and I think that's probably everything in the trailer now. Now it's everything in the trailer, so I can lift that one up. Actually, I'm just going to stop this one here. Just going to lower that one down right there, and I'm going to leave it there and unhitch it. Now, I'm curious if I can lift the trailer using the back of this one. So I've got a bit in that trailer. There is a bit in the forage wagon as well that I want to pick up and move. So I can put it on there. It doesn't actually have the tip pipe hooked in, but I'm not too worried about that. Just so long as I can push the trailer up onto the clamp, I can then move this trailer out of the way for now, because I'm not going to want to use this one anymore. We're just going to want to use the other trailer. So I can reverse this one up, and I want to get it up onto the clamp. Okay, that's about as far as we're going to go by the look of it. So I get that one up onto the clamp up there and get that little bit tipped out. Just like that. And then this trailer here, I'm going to pull this one away from here. We may have to clean up a little bit more, but just for a minute, I'm going to pull it up here into the field. And then I'll come back a little bit later and I'll do a bit more with that. So you can stop up here like this. And then I'll run back round. I'm going to take the weight off for this next bit. The train is now available. I don't really need the train or anything to do with it. So I'm just going to lower the weight down there. And I'm going to leave it there for a second. And I'm going to go and get this one, and I'm going to load this one on. The combine is currently at 57% full. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. Let's bring you back over here. And again, I'm going to put this one up in the field so it's out of the way, and then we don't get more stuff loading into it. It's only 95 litres have gone in there, so it's not like... Oop, okay. I didn't realise that one stuck out like that. It's got an invisible bit that we hooked onto. That wasn't my fault. That completely was not my fault. I'm innocent this time. For once, I didn't do it. For once, there's something that I didn't do, and this time I didn't actually do it. It's nothing short of a miracle. Right, you can go up here as well, and then we'll bring both of these back down again after we're done with rolling the clamp and putting everything in. The combine is now on 72%, so I'm just going to hook this trailer up and back it up onto the clamp. And then I think we will run over. I might want to put the front weight on here, actually, just so it's going to help me to push right up onto the clamp and get this trailer up there. So let me back that one up there a bit and swivel on. Actually, you know what? We're just going to stop right there a second, and we're going to go to this tractor here. We're going to get that trailer, and then we can run down and unload the combine a minute. The Case Puma 200s. Let's get you hooked in. And on we go. So I'm going to get this one over there. We've got to take it to the grain mill. I'm kind of hoping that we get everything into one trailer load. It's always a bit easier if we can do that. It's 31,000 litres that this trailer will hold, and the combine is a 10,000 litre combine. So we should be all right, because he's just completing the second round around the outside edge of the field, and I reckon sort of if we sort of extrapolate from that, it will end up being all right. Like we will get just about all of it into this combine, into the trailer right here. So it's on the stop at the end of the row setting. So I'm just going to bring that one back like that. And then I'm going to let it carry on there for a bit. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go into this, and I'm going to switch that one off. I'm going to go up there, and I'm going to press H to stop the hired help. And then I'm going to put it onto normal hired help like that. And then I'm going to bring it over this side, and we will just run it with standard hired help, running up and down the field here. So that one's going to drop there like that. And then standard hired help. I am going to go over to this one. I'm going to run up alongside it and unload everything that is in the combine at the moment. And then once we've done that, we can go back to our silage, carry on with that while the combine here carries on with this. Now, I did think about taking another job, but there are some other ones over there that we could go and do that are different crops. We can't do the field 18 up there at the moment because it's the same cell location and it's the same crop. So we don't want to mix those up. We've done that before, and that does cause a little bit of a problem. I mean, if you're careful with it and you sort of jump between the two, you can get away with it, but it'd probably be better if we don't try and do that. So Okay, I don't actually need to do anything else with this one, so you can stay right there. And we can go over to our electric tractor. And hopefully reverse up onto the clamp in just such a way that we can tip everything out and not make too much of a mess out the end of the clamp. That's all I want to do, is I want to be able to do it without making too much mess out the end of the clamp. So I can reverse up here like this. And it doesn't like the idea of pushing any further than that. If I reverse backwards and forwards a little bit, it might be able to do it. Does seem to be alright. We'll move back up that way a bit more. I'm kind of wondering if I should roll some of this before I go and tip too much. But I'm thinking we'll probably be alright just kind of doing it like this, as long as the silage doesn't creep too far forward. Yeah, I don't think it's going much further than that. Right, I'm going to try and tip it there then. We'll see how much we can tip right here. You've got to be really careful. I've tipped on a clamp before like this. And, I mean, the clamp that I used to tip right onto, they used to use a very large 25-ton excavator to roll the clamp. And so if the trailer started to... I mean, the trailers we used were really, really old ones. And if they started to tilt one way or the other, he'd just stick his bucket next to the trailer as it was going up. You wouldn't even notice a dent. You definitely didn't notice any scratches. That with like it genuinely didn't look any different to what it did. And the trailers wouldn't have looked any different to what they did any other day of the week. So, yeah, that bit didn't matter in the slightest. So it was quite cool being able to do that. Just tip right up on the middle of the clamp and then not have to be in the least bit concerned about anything going horribly wrong, because you knew that the guy who's driving the excavator would just be... Okay, I don't want to dump that one. I want to dump the trailer. You knew the guy driving the excavator would just be able to catch your trailer for you. So it's quite cool when you're able to do something like that. I have also done plenty of silage where I'm tipping in front of the silage, and you know, it's not an excavator that's doing the job. It's just like a normal loader, so you've got to be a little bit more aware. There was one place that we were doing I was done silage once. You were sort of tipping on a slope in front of the silage pit, and you had to tip quick because otherwise the trailer would tip over. And it would literally just... The trailer would just tip over if you weren't very quick with it. So that was interesting. That was very, very interesting. Keeping that one running. But I did still sort of quite enjoy doing it. The weird thing with this is I've lifted this one up in the air, and I'm trying to drive forward at full speed while it's running, and it doesn't even like doing that. Like... This is genuinely a struggle to move this. So if I just move forward a bit like that and then start it up again. If I raise it and lower it a few times while I'm going along, then that works fine. Let's swing that in around that way a little bit. Start up again. It's reaching the trailer. That's the important thing. Right, I'm going flat out full force forwards at the moment. It's not really doing a lot. It will there if I lift it up. Last time, we didn't need to raise it. Like, I was actually able to... I mean, yeah, it wasn't going very fast, but I was at least able to lift it up in the air. I was at least able to sort of drive along while it was still running. That seems to have stopped happening. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this one as close to that edge as I can, and hope that I'm able to pick up all of the silage that is on the outside of the wall. That's what I'm hoping to do now. So I'll turn it off, and I'll move in close. That's going to take a big chunk out of the face of that silage clamp, which is going to be a big chunk that's going to be going right into the machine as well, or not going into the machine. So we'll just push forward again, start up. Yeah, see all of that silage coming out the front. has now got to go up on top. There's everything there, but there's still that little tiny bit on the outside edge. And I'm not going to be able to reach that. That bit's going to stay there, and it's going to really, really irritate me. That is, like, it's the one last little tiny bit, and I don't think there's going to be any way I can get it. I might, actually, if I can go up here, I may be able to get it from here, look. If I can do that, because it might just be close enough. Yes! Not only is it close enough, but there was also enough space in the trailer to get that last little tiny bit. Right, so you're done then. I don't need this one anymore. Actually, I probably will need just a tiny little extra bit from the other side of the clamp. But I'm going to move this one over. I'm going to fold it down first, and then I'm going to move it over here. And I'm going to plonk it down over here. We're going to be wanting this one again quite soon. We've got a lot of work still to do with that. I might be able to get away with not using it, though. So I'm going to drop the front weight down, he says. There we go. Right, drop the front weight down and turn. I'll go and get the roller on, and we'll get right up into the middle of the clamp, and we'll roll down the bit that we've already got up there and get that rolled down properly. So then I can get the trailer that we've got now and bring that one all the way back through. So I just want to put this... See, we've got a little tiny bit that we're going to have off the end of the clamp right here. Doesn't help that I've just shunted again, so that's pulling it all the way out. I don't really want to be doing that. So we want to get up onto here. Then I can lower that bad boy down like that. And now we just take a look. So we're at 94% compact anyway. And all I can do at the moment is just back down about that far, and yeah, I'm literally just going to have to sort of go backwards and forwards just on a little bit right here, like that, and then a little bit more up this way. Okay, this is good. I think this is going to work. I think we're going to be able to do this. It's going to possibly take a little bit of time to be able to get all the way through. That combine is currently on 76%. This is piled quite high now, but I'm doing it. I'm scrambling up the heap. It's squashing it down a bit. It's moving it round. And then we're going to get that trailer backed up onto here, and we're going to get that unloaded. So I'm going to need to go and do like a little bit more with it as well. I'm just going to bring you back down to there, and I'm just going to stop there a second, like that. And then I'm going to go over here to... Right, you are possibly going to turn around too quickly for me to be able to hook anything out of you. Just a little bit of a shame. I wonder if I can persuade you to put the spout out. No, I can't. And I reckon you're going to get all the way back across the field before you fill. So what I'll do then is if I just do that a second, I'll put the spout out, and I'll come over here, and I'll do it on that side right there. I'll go like this, and then I'm going to go over to the tractor, and I'm going to put the spout sort of going. I'm going to unload a little bit of this. I put the spout going like that, and then I'm going to go back to the combine. I'll turn that off, and I'm going to press H like that. And then he's going to start. So he's only done like a little bit of the edge here. He's then going to go all the way up to the other end of the field, and he's going to turn round, or he would do if I would let him. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm now going to reverse back down this way and let him go again from this corner, and then I can unload the rest of that combine load. So if I go into here like this and start it up, and then I can go to you, bring you out over here, and then the combine should put the spout out, and we can unload all the rest of the grain. See? Simples. Even Frithgar can cope with this. And it also means that we will get the entire crop into this one trailer. Like, the amount that's left still to do, we are definitely going to get everything all into this one trailer. It's only just over half full at the moment, which is absolutely fantastic news. Where are you going? You're supposed to stop. It's what you normally do. You stop at the end of the row. Alright, well, it doesn't really matter. So that we're going to stay there, and I can go back to this one. The train is now available again. It seems to be a recurring theme around here. That train seems to be available constantly. At least it does tell us. We have that to be grateful for. So it doesn't really matter what the percentage squashed down is, to be honest, on here. Because until I can get this in such a way that I can reverse the trailer all the way up on top of the heap, there's not a lot else that I can do. So I'm just going to keep driving this one backwards and forwards like this until I can actually get it properly all squished down. How high can you go with the silage in the clamp? I know that you can go up reasonably high, but there's an upper limit, isn't there? Isn't there like a top limit on it? I know they say the sky's the limit, and I have done silage before where we've really tested that theory. Like, really, really gone high, which is why I've left the front of that clamp over there like I've left it, because that's kind of like what you would do with a silage clamp. You have one face that is, you just try and build it up as steep as you can. And so that sort of helps to keep everything nice and tight on it. It does work. Okay, now I'm getting stuck here. And oh, we come over this side. There we go. Right, things is looking better now. That's more like it. Bring that back round there, and then I can go up this side. Squeeze it through. Excellent. Right, so now I've got plenty of space up on this clamp, and we are, it's 100% compact as well. I mean, I don't actually want it to be, like, finished yet. I'm not done with it yet, so although possibly I won't need to do anything else, because you can get away with... Let me just bring that back there. I've noticed that this one's got a hitch on the back. Like, we could, in theory, put a trailer on the back of that one. I'm not going to, as there's no way I'm going to even attempt to put a trailer on the back, or at least not with this trailer. Tractor, rather. I could very well do it in the future, but I suspect that in the future we will have upgraded our clamp just a little tiny bit. And then if we do upgrade our clamp, not our clamp, upgrade our tractor. If we do upgrade our tractor, then the new tractor will probably be alright to have that roller and a trailer on behind it if we need to, so we can shunt trailers around and then continue to roll the clamp and so on. But for now, let's get this up onto the pit so that we can tip it all out. Go on, back you go. Back you go. I don't want to dump this right in the middle where the last lot was dumped. I want to take this over a bit further, but the last thing we want to do at this point... Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.